attitude. Little matters, but what we do. You can be an innovator too. Learn from us, that's what we do.
Hello, everybody. So today I want to do something a little bit interesting. I know it's weekend, it's Saturday, but things are always moving on with WeSpark every single day of the year, and I just came to I was feeling a little bit like contency, like wanting to create content, and at the same time, I was really feeling like we could use a new part of the website from WeSpark to just like explain what this innovation space that we are building actually is, and that people kind of get where it is, what can you do here, this sort of stuff. So I decided to do a live stream just to kind of like share the experience of doing it. So I don't know, let's just jump into it. By the way, if you have any comments or questions, just let me know at any moment. I will be streaming for around, I believe, like it should take less than 1 hour to build a website from 0 to 100, but we will see. So if there's any questions, just write me. I believe that I can manage to answer any questions on YouTube or even on LinkedIn. But yeah, let's see how it goes. So to start, I'm going to share you what's going on here on the screen. So I have a clean page where I'm just gonna sketch really quickly how the website is gonna look like. And once I do that, we're just gonna go into Wix and start building it really easily. So Wix is the sort of places or the sort of platform where you don't need to program anything. You can basically just do everything by drag and dropping. When people ask me how it feels like, how much do you need to know to be able to create a website with Wix, I just say like, can you do a PowerPoint presentation? Like, can you like move things around in a slide? If they say yes, then I believe like, okay, you are 100% qualified to building a website. I mean, at least from clicking and dragging things around. But yes, before anything else, I want to show you a little bit of what we already have. So I'm sorry, you can see the screen now, but right now this is how the website from the innovation space part of Whisper looks like. I know you cannot actually access it for now because well, it hasn't been published, so the bar should be different, and basically this URL, it has existed all the time, but it's been unpublished. I don't know, like if you want, you can just go ahead and check it out. But the interesting part around here is that it's pretty old, so you can see what was planned at the very beginning. This wasn't even the image that we were using. Let's see, change strip background. I believe the image that we were using is one from here, from Wix, like for co-working space or something like this. I believe if you kind of look for, let's go ahead and co-working, see if we find something. Yeah, so I actually was using at first, one of these stock images, but with the time you have enough content, you have enough material that you don't want to be using any sort of, let's say, like pre-made content anymore, so that you can find something specifically for you. But for example, this was kind of like the vibes that we wanted to have before, something like this. But since the moment that anybody will look at this picture, they will be like, okay, this doesn't look quite interesting. So that's why what I did is I started using Blender, and I'm gonna change in the meantime while it loads back to the screen. So I use one app called well, it's a 3D scanner app, and I also use another one that I want to show you right now here. Did it move around? Okay, doesn't matter. This one does the trick. So it's basically an app like this, that if I come and let's say if I come and start scanning here, it's going to scan anything in the process. I don't know if this is gonna focus, but you can kind of see that it's trying to, okay, now you can see it's trying to scan absolutely everything what is going around here and create it into a 3D space. And once I stop the render, okay, I'm now just previewing. I'm gonna press to render it fast. Start. It's gonna do so. With this app, I have at least quite created, I don't know if you can notice, but a 3D image of me. It's fun. Here is my head. It's totally pixelated, but you get the idea. And it started creating a 3D image of the room. So I said to myself, if we have technology such as this one, why can't we just go ahead and create, like a 3D model of the entire thing? But well, thank you, Benjamin. Yeah, it's gonna be fun because we're gonna show the place in 3D. So at this point, I'm gonna share you something what I started doing. So I went ahead and started scanning some of the, let's say, like of the furniture that we have here. So I'm gonna just share you my screen. And you can see that this was one of the first scans. So of course, there's like a limit to what you can do with a scan when you're using your phone. So in that case, I said to myself, okay, I'm going to scan whatever I can, and then I'm going to proceed and just make it look a little bit more beautiful. So you will see on this first scan, I have some cylinders here that I created. Like I put these some cylinders. They are not even like, if you will go up close, you see that there's a lot of problems. And the wheels, I had to redo them again because the scan totally messed them up. So we only have some spheres or wheels, but it was just to have some of our actual furniture. This is our prototyping box. We wanted just to have actual furniture inside of a 3D model for using for the website. So I prepared this one, and then let me show you another one that might be really interesting because you can actually see it in the back. So this is gonna be the one called Whisper Chair. Yeah, this one here. So now if you will check right now, in the back, just right here, you have that one, that sofa or that chair, and you will see that it's quite like the one that we are just looking here inside of Blender. So it's quite nice if you ask me. I mean, there's a lot of troubles here with the render, but it does the work. It kind of transmits how it feels, and of course, you see here all of these are cylinders that I had to put there just so that it looks a little bit better. But yep, I mean, it's useful. So then I took all of them, and what I wanted to do is, and now my computer is gonna take a little bit more time to process the next one. I started putting all of them into a space. Into the Whisper space. So I not only 3D scan a lot of parts from the furniture, but I also scan the entire space. And once you do something like this, you can you can just start placing like walls and geometric forms on it, so that you form it again and it looks something like this, right? And once you come, you even see like this thing even actually has a reflection on its own, which is awesome. And we're rendering it in real time. Then I also scan at the entrance Adrian, who has been helping us with doing a lot of the artsy stuff. We had this like whiteboard that nobody uses because, I mean, we are an innovation company, so we're not always relying on paper, at least not in front of our customers. So when we do something for ourselves, then we rely on paper. But we had this big whiteboard that was just standing there, and we didn't know what to do, so we just put it there, kind of like as a greeting, as a welcome thing. And I made a picture of it. I put the picture inside, so it actually gives the feeling. And you can see here the scans that I told you, like the prototyping boxes, our stress relief box filled with Nerf guns and so on. And then even on the other sofa that around here, this is where I'm sitting right now, like here in the middle. It's quite fun, but you can imagine that this quickly, and I hope that the stream doesn't fail at this moment, but I'm gonna try to show you how it looks like when we change to render view. which is gonna change from cycles in 3, 2, 1. Please don't crash. Look something like this. Thank you, Florine. Yes, I'm gonna be having a lot of fun all the time here. I can tell you already. But yeah, but here you go. You can actually see this thing rendering with actual shadows and everything in real life. But I believe that should be enough for for my computer. I already show you the 3D models. But this is the first thing that I told to myself, okay, I want to have it because it really feels, it really looks super nice when you start creating render images. I hope that the stream wasn't suffering while I did so. But yeah, let's go ahead and check what we can do with those. So I'm going to start sharing my screen again. So let me check back to the old page. And as you see, these were the images that we had before. We had something like this, like explain that functional spaces need space to film, space to film because you want people to be able to produce content around their ideas. And there's no better way of explaining an idea in the same concise way, always saying the exact same in a short amount of time and making it super visual, but by making a video. It's just the best. And then you can just share the video again and again with a few clicks or with a few taps on your phone. You can just share this video with the world and share it again and reutilize it for anything else, right? So that's why filming, then relaxing, because, even when we do really intense and important workshops, you have to imagine that if you run out of energy during it, then this will be totally in evidence later in your results. At some point, you can always know it's like, oh, okay, this is looking good, but this part, it looks like somebody didn't put enough energy into this. And this is because we run out of energy. So you need spaces to relax as well. That's why, that's the kind of area that you're checking behind. Then at this point, because you have to imagine that these images are from 2018, when I first started thinking about building an innovation space in Frankfurt. And then I put everything together into the Whisper website in 2019. But yeah, so it was supposed to have a space, where people kind of just go and check a presentation together and think together. And then they will usually go and continue sketching and stuff. So at this moment, I was more thinking in whiteboards or flip charts. Now I think more, hey, if you can do it digitally, just sketch whatever digitally already so that you can document it way easier. You can share it way easier. And then you will see like space to build where people kind of have the chance to prototype a little bit and also explain some sort of stage a little bit elevated from the ground where you can immediately, just by being 5, 10, 50 centimeters above ground, it immediately helps people focus. So I had this image, and then the one on the right is the first image of how I imagine it. This is based on a place that is here around Frankfurt. I remember I was looking for 100 square meter space at this moment, so that we can, do workshops and kind of build this little thing that we were talking about. So you can see here the relaxing space. You can see here on the green. I hope that you can see my mouse. I'm not sure. Yes, you can. That's good. Then you have this part here for the green screen, and this part here for building, the thinking space, and then sketching, and then, even some computers for modeling, CAD modeling or computer-aided design, basically 3D modeling, right? So that it feels kind of like Whisper. I always like to start this all the pages but the home screen with this like yellow thing and a title, innovation space. But the first thing that is going to change here is that our space is going to be called innovation space. It's super boring. It's going to be called the Spark Hub. Starting from this, let's see, before we continue editing. See, okay, we have around 200 square meters of innovation space. It's actually around 180, I believe. I have to actually check again, but it's kind of the estimation. And you see that at this moment, we were saying that at first we started running our workshops, just coming with everything that we needed. And that's why we have like a luggage, because it was mobile. And then eventually we wanted to get into our first office. That's why I have this tower here, which is inspired on a tower on the Westhafen Turm, which is a a tower right next to my house and next to the river. So basically on this picture I will be living around here. Like I walked 30 seconds to this tower. That's what I had it. And then our dream, if you never met me before in real life, or if you never had a really long conversation about where I want to take things, it's always been my dream to build a innovation ship. Basically like this huge ship where people come around to do workshops and to do all their stuff surrounding the topic of innovation. Just imagine a ship where you can prototype and everything, right? I was thinking even like for 3D printing, I started, like sketching solutions for leveling the how everything is gonna work, and also with the when you're moving a ship and you have a motor, even if it's electric or not, it's gonna have some vibration. So how to deal with those kind of things was really interesting, because this was still the dream, but you see it is in this like unpublished page, but we're gonna get like we're just gonna change all of it. Here another stock image. This is definitely not how the place looks like. You can see here that we are saying like if you want to be the first one to attend, or even better share a message with us. Okay, so this is around the innovation space, and it's not ready, but we will let you know when it's ready. But okay, that means that we are ready to just we're not ready to just go ahead and start like redoing this website. So let's get into it. I'm gonna change to the table view. Here I hope that I can show you better. So remember we were looking at the space and the page on the very top. It has this like this WeSpark logo, and it says WeSpark around here, and then it has, this is the one that is gonna be selected, and then it has this menu. We have two, like we have this strip, if I recall right, and I hope that I didn't do it. I'm checking on my PC now. Hope that I do it correctly. No, okay, I did it the wrong way, but doesn't matter. So here this is all going to be yellow, and here on the bottom we have this line. But hola Rick, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Ship ahoy. So you have the yellow part, and you have the black part. And one thing that I want to do is, we were looking at these renders before, right? So I would like to have one of these renders of the room kinda overlapping over this banner. So it's in 3D, but I wanted to have this 3D impression right away on the top of it. So here's gonna be like the render. Here's like where the green screen goes, and here the prototyping things, and the mirror, and the different offices, and here's the other office. On an image just on top of this. Then here where it's yellow is going to actually say Spark Hub in really big. And then let's see, so this is here's the space where we are now, where we're going to explain what you should come and do around here. So I believe like we have this image, so we can have this very first text just like explaining, start with why the Spark Hub exists, and then let's see how this part looks before we proceed and design the next part of it. I don't know. Let's look around. Why not? But yeah, let me just reopen YouTube so that I'm sure. Okay, there's no questions there. Okay, that's no problem. All right, so then the next thing is to open up. I'm going to now go back to the editor, so I'm gonna take you back to my screen now. Here we go. And yeah, so we have this big image here. I believe this image we could move a little bit down, but here this is the first space. So you see this thing is not centered, and I believe that this this entire part is so important for me that it's gonna be like possibly the only with BR, the only like sub website inside of WeSpark that is going to have the title in the middle. But let's see. Now I want to add a new image, so I'm gonna go here on the side and then press on add. I'm gonna press on image here, and then I'm gonna go to my uploads. So you will see there's a lot going on, all the testimonials and like logos from customers, and I'm gonna upload media. I have prepared something already. So the most important thing is that I will add an image that has transparency, because it's just gonna be so much better. So I'm gonna go to the Whisper folder. We have everything under all pictures, and then we have everything under here, Spark Hub. So I need the Spark Hub on the very bottom, here. These ones in black are the ones who have which have the actual transparency. I don't know which one looks better. I can just basically upload the two of them. Let's actually upload this one to check first. But this is gonna make a really nice impression at the very beginning. And since I didn't pick the vertical one, but the horizontal one, because it spreads a little bit more over the page, so let's add it to the page. And it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful right away. We can leave it big. I have to remember that around half of the people that actually join here, I don't know, this looks way too saturated. So let's get rid of this strip image. Let's drag everything to the bottom, okay, to have a better idea. So if somebody is watching from the computer, this is what they are going to see. Let's kind of preview. Look, this looks way nicer. But if somebody's watching from the phone, from mobile phone, this is gonna be terrible. It's gonna be a catastrophe, I guess. Oh yes, it has totally moved down. We can still bring this. Okay, I cannot go beyond it. I'm gonna move this one here, and I can move this one here, and I can take everything down, and then just take this like kind of Spark Hub image. I like when you have images that just like how do you call it, not overpose, but overlay on top of something else, because it gives you this kind of 3D feeling, right? So if somebody joins from mobile, I want them to just kind of look like, oh, the Spark Hub, oh, there's this like space, and this is an amazing angle for a picture if you think about it, to show a space, but it's an impossible one, right? But nobody thinks about it. It's just like, oh, cool, that's the space. I don't know if anybody will think that this is a picture in any way. I mean, it's impossible unless you have a space without a roof. But where are the lights coming? Okay, but yeah, let's go back to the editor. So, and let's go first with the editor for desktop. I like to figure out things on desktop at first, especially the content. So we need some text right now to just explain what it is. Let's see what we had here. So innovation space, inner space was designed. This is so old and not so much accurate, but on here I'm just gonna change it to the Spark Hub is an innovation space. Which was designed, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then here in the bottom, we're going to write the why, explain why in big, so that we don't forget it. Okay, fun. All right, at the same time, I believe that something super important will be that it takes something like text a little bit to the right. That is not too long. Okay, something like this. But okay, maybe before anything else, is we should actually show a picture of how this page looks like. So I'm gonna take this strip background, I'm gonna change it, and I'm gonna use what's gonna be the stock picture for it. So I'm gonna go to the side files, I'm gonna upload a new picture. Okay, we go to upload media. I'm just thinking now which folder I have the exact file that I want. Spark Hub. It's gonna be one of these ones on the very bottom or the very top. Okay, I couldn't find it so fast. Okay, don't worry. I'm just gonna change to the main camera. So I'm gonna go into the unexplored folders of Whisper, and of course I cannot be showing you anything that might be confidential. So our trade secrets. Yeah, just getting there. Here's the second Spark Hub pictures. Here, this should be one at the very bottom. Okay, sorry, and there we go. I got it. Okay, so I'm gonna continue sharing my screen again, coming back. So now we have the image there, the Spark Hub picture, that's the name of it. So I can upload from computer, and then I press here, the Spark Hub picture. So this image is really nice. It's just like a really huge overview. So I want for people to see, to get the most of this picture. So let's change the background at first, and let's see. And we have this huge statement, you know, like 200 square meters, 200 plus square meters of innovation space. It's actually gonna change. Okay, now it was loading. Look at this beauty. If I stretch it even a little bit more, it's going to adapt, or is it just zooming in? Okay, it's zooming in. It actually shows. This is how it shows the most. So I love it like this because it's showing the most from every angle. This image, of course, is not gonna be a strip like that. We're gonna add it on mobile phone in another way because this wouldn't look good at all. So 180 plus square meters of innovation space. Downtown Frankfurt. No, let's stick with in Frankfurt. No, less is more. So we can put this statement over here and this one over here. So, you know, it's kind of one of these websites that, you know, you have this thing, you read a little bit, and it's like, boom, there's this like huge picture around it. And, you know, these two images with the pink, I'm going to delete the two of them. They are quite, I'm checking now, they are quite old, but at the same time, I believe that there's something super important about it, and it's that this one is giving us an overview on how this thing looks like. So I'm just gonna get rid of it, and I'm going to upload a new image so that you have an idea. It's gonna be inspired on this, and I have prepared this image here. So it says, like, you know, like it has this like CADA, CDT, like we can call it, people don't know what this means, so let's make it easy for them. 3D modeling and post-processing. Okay, here happens 3D modeling and post-processing. Then you have a podcast lounge. We have a tinkering table. We have the sketch and chill area. Then virtual reality and cross reality area. I'm gonna move this one a little bit like this. And then we have the makeup corner. So I'm going to get rid of all of this here, because if I take this part here, I'm sorry for hitting the camera. If I take this entire part here, I'm gonna go to the back. So this is all in PowerPoint. I'm just coming here and checking how the image looks like. Make it a little bit smaller on the top, maybe around here. I'm gonna convert this background to white because I want, and now I'm gonna get the outline away, shape outline, no outline. So now I have an image that if I select all of it, I can see exactly that none of the text parts goes out of it. So this one is a little bit tricky. I'm gonna go a little bit down to see, press Control A. Okay, everything is inside of the picture, so I can save this part. I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna save it not here, but again with Spark, all pictures, Spark Hub, www Spark Hub. This is gonna be called. Let's let's think it, in the tags and everything. Innovation space layout minus floor plan to keep everything so I can find it really easily. Spark Hub, so I can have all of this. So now that I have this saved as an image, I can just come here, back to this one, and I will add, there's gonna be a little bit more of text around here because we just had a big image, right? This, I'm sorry, goodbye dream, we're following you a little bit later. Let's build a ship in 3 years. I'm gonna again upload an image, and this image is gonna be the one that we were talking about. How did I call it? Something with layout, whatever. Here it is, innovation space layout floor plan. I saw something black behind the image. I hope that was transparency. Okay, no, but it looks just nice. Yeah, this part here is just, it seems that the image, yeah, it's saved with a little bit on the bottom and a little bit on the top. Why? I have truly no idea. But basically it doesn't matter. It's just like the background, but it's not going to bother us. So we will have some text, and then I want this huge picture against the white background. Let's make it as big as it gets. Just big. And now, so you will come from here from the Spark Hub, and you have this 3D model, and then this. So you have the big image where people can look that this is real. It's no longer a render. There's gonna be a little bit explanation. So why? Let's go back to the drawing board. So we have this part here. We have this. Now we have the hue strip with the image, 180 plus square meters in Frankfurt. All right. This is the image from the entire thing. Let's just really quickly sketch it just for the sake of having. So there's some stuff here. There's like a little sofa here. There's like this black table. There's the screens. There's the studio. Here's the column, like a table, and then so on. Blah, blah, blah. So then you have this image, and now we'll have a little bit more text explaining. So usually why, how, what, why the place exists, and here we can actually go into the how. So that will be a little bit about our processes. Okay, how we do it at Whisper, you could argument. And then here the argument is going to be that we bring a mix of technologies and methodologies. Okay, I'm gonna close here, and I can also say at this moment that wait, I'm just gonna put innovation methodologies, and after this we will have this layout indeed. How did it look like? Something like this layout with this explaining every single part of it. I actually love this layout. I believe it's just awesome. Whoever is working in anything around real estate, please always do a layout of things. It's just so nice, and don't give the people this like boring black and white layouts. It's just so boring. But yeah, so then it will look something like this. And we can actually go and proceed and do this part. We're going to use more pages to continue doing what's coming next. So let's going to change back to the screen then. Okay, so now that you can see the screen again, We start so much traveling from place to place, and we plan to open our first real innovation space in Frankfurt am Main, Germany. It's fun. It's fun. It's actually it's actually super cool to read something that you wrote before. You know, like when you were planning forward. I mean, if I ask myself, okay, what did I expect from myself to have done once I'm 30 when I was back 18 years old, then I will have told you something like, yeah, I want to be, I don't know, like have a family, maybe first or second child, and a dog and a big house. And I want to have a company. Well, at least this one thing, you know, like one mark, one check is done. But yeah, so here you can see exactly what I was writing before. It's like, okay, we start as nomads. It means we have no office. We are wandering around. You know, we are coming to you with whatever you need for the workshop, right? And then it says like, then we plan to open our first real innovation space in Frankfurt. Okay, that happened, so we're really happy about that. And then our final dream is to build the first ever ship where we will travel across Europe's rivers to offer our excellent workshops. Okay, it's not gonna be workshops anymore. It's gonna be way more. Whisper has evolved. So yeah, okay, this text is gone. It is here now for just for the documentation. It's still there, but yeah, doesn't matter. So I'm just going to take this part. I'm going to take this part, and I wrote the same text here, but what we are going to explain here is going to be that how we do it all from above at Whisperk. Mix of technologies, mix of tech and innovation methods. And then I don't believe that. I was thinking like we can write here, like have a look at our place, at our space, but it's so obvious, you know, when you see something like this, it's like, that's what's going on here. You know, you don't have to say like this is a layout of the space and this is what you can do here. But I believe that this part we can reutilize. I don't know, like just take a tablet, take the surface that I'm actually using now to monitor that the stream looks okay, and just start sketching a little bit again and just put all the things that you can do here. So for example, this is gonna go away. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, here you have the Spark Hub again. Yeah, I don't know, like we can kind of maybe, I don't know if it's possible to bring some sort of like Google feedback, how do you call it, reviews. So okay, so Google already was on this browser. Notice I have other, you know, sometimes I even use Bing, don't ask me why. But here, so can I like bring the Google reviews? Let's look for Google reviews into Wix. Google review on Wix. Let's see how to display Google reviews on a Wix website. Okay, it's with HTML code. All right, so it will be in more HTML code, and then the code click enter. Okay, so there's a free reviews widget. Yeah, okay. This is Google review here even. Elf Insight, Google Review Apps, free and fast, my reviews, how to embed Google reviews, and okay, let's check one last time. Sign up free trial here, and what's the page? Show should be hit. This is how it embeds them. It's not so, yeah, doesn't look so nice. I guess I bet you can make it look way better. But yeah, but I mean, we already have, if you go watch the actual website, so if I go from innovation space back to what everybody can see already, we already have lots of testimonials. So you see, remember that I told you that I like overlaying? Yeah, so we already have lots of overlays, and we already have what I meant is a tutorial. So this is going to look different, but we already have testimonials here on the website. So I don't believe that we need more and more testimonials for everything what we do. That should be more than enough, I hope. Let's see if you think differently. Please let me know. I truly want to know. Change back to the innovation space. But yeah, so it's gonna be looking something like this, and we have this image, then some text explaining the how. I'm gonna bring one more image again. So I'm going to upload media. I'm gonna upload from my computer the other render, the ISO render from here. Okay, yeah, that's the one. So I was just checking. Now it's uploading. It takes a second. I mean, we have like 1 gigabit up here. It might take longer if you're doing this at home. Maybe I can even render it in 4K, but for the website, it's gonna be super good. If I will just like really make it huge, you see that it has a limit. I could even try to sharpen it, but I mean, let's go with how it is. So this is gonna be at the very end. So I don't know like what to think if the contact us part should be at the very end. So okay, we started with the 3D model. We're gonna end with the 3D model, I guess. Something like this. And then let's have a quick look on which other images we have that we could potentially use. This is all unedited, so whichever mistake I made, you you should be aware that it's okay. Images like this from what we have done. This is at the very beginning as well. Yeah. Okay. Look at the model and everything. It looks so much better now with the new one. And the space also looks way better in real life. Okay, here we have some pictures. I believe we can use these pictures to explain a little bit of each service. This one needs a little correction here, you could see. Yeah. This one we could use. That one's fun. Right. So this was downloading some raw pictures. Okay, and this is the ones. These are the raw pictures. I believe this is the one that we're using right now, just a better version of it. And these are really old pictures. Like this was from I believe the very first day that we moved, or one day after. Yeah, like the moment that you don't see the floor here, the green floor, you know that it's one of the old ones. And this is definitely old because there was not even live stream, like a live stream port. But okay, this one we could use for the live streaming. The 3D printing one. I don't know what went wrong with this image. It's just like it looks like the contrast is too high, the saturation is too high, the vibrance is too high. It's too much. Okay, this was our old office. This is also our old office. The lesson room next to it. And this is the very beginning as well. Yeah, this is the image that I was using before, but it is just so not updated. The new ones is just 1,000 times better. So then we have here from live streams when we had CDF and our friends from So Trusty and Lionman here, and then you have Moritz, and then well, you have a lot of. You see, we have a lot of images that we can use for this. These are the first renders based on another smaller area that we were supposed to get. But then it just went like super big. Okay, I believe that we can actually use some like square images, especially from the very beginning. These ones around here can actually tell like for the workshops and for relax area and for filming and then for podcasting and then for creativity. This nothing, and then the one with the studio. This and this one for live streaming. I guess that should kind of like cover more or less. So I'm gonna be putting those images. So I'm gonna just write it down. I'm gonna bring you back to the table view, so you have an idea. The website, you scroll it like this here, and then below this part, you have this in yellow, which services sketch. And now here comes an actual explanation. Picture 1, service 1, picture 2, service 2. One, 3, 4, 5. I made 7 here, but I don't know. I have to check what makes sense. Some things we can just like redo. And I believe that at the end, after all these services, we can just says like come visit us. When they should come visit us. So remember, we have the why, we have the how. Here, this is the what. When to visit us, when it makes sense. We don't want anybody, like coming a long way here if there's no actual reason for it. At the end of it, I guess that we can have here the so we have some text, come visit us, and here on the right side I would like to have the map, like Google Maps, and like this kind of location of where we are. Okay, and after this we have contact us. Yeah, and this is gonna be the end of the website. Yeah, maybe on top of the map I could either like overlay the other image, the other 3D image, something like this. I don't know how it's gonna look like, but we can just try. And then contact us, whatever, here, and then it's like Whisper, blah blah blah, Impressum, and then all our media. And this is how you design really quickly a website. You saw it from the 2 parts. You saw as well how we do it from this side, but here I really need to get to sketch. Here I really need to write a lot, so that part is gonna be a little bit boring for you, I guess. If somebody's watching till the end, thank you very much. At this point, I just want to tell you thank you, and if you like this sort of videos, just let me know. I'm gonna upload everything, and I'm possibly gonna be reposting this again on social media so that people are aware. Like, yeah, if you want to learn a little bit of how we're designing our stuff, you can just have a look. This is the behind the scenes, you could say. It's a weekend, it's Saturday, so I gotta go back again and get some sun. Yeah, I wish you all a nice weekend if you're looking at a weekend, or a really cool beginning of the week if you're watching on Monday or Tuesday, who knows. But yeah, so take care, everybody. Bye bye.
Innovation is a challenge. You can try it alone, or with us. Our workshops take you from challenge to idea in the flick of a switch. We spark, release